Goodfellas is one of the greatest gangster movies ever made. But what if the most shocking part of the film wasn't on screen, but behind the scenes? What if the cast worked so close to the real mob that their lives were actually in danger? Here's what Robert De Niro, Ray Liotta, Joe Pesci, and Lorraine Bracco experienced. Stories they kept quiet for decades. Real mobsters visited the set. During filming, real-life mobsters showed up on set, sometimes just to watch, sometimes to give feedback. These weren't actors, they were the real deal. The cast had to act like it was normal. Imagine playing a killer while the person you're portraying is standing a few feet away. That's the pressure the cast felt every day. Ray Liotta chased the role obsessively. Ray Liotta wasn't a big star at the time, and studios didn't want him. But he knew he was right for the part of Henry Hill. He followed director Martin Scorsese to restaurants, film festivals, and more. He didn't stop till Scorsese said yes. That level of passion is what made his performance unforgettable. Robert De Niro broke the rules for research. To understand Jimmy Conway, De Niro tried to call the real-life mobster in prison, Jimmy Burke. That call was illegal. Prison guards ended it fast, but De Niro didn't care. He wanted to know everything, how Jimmy talked, walked, and thought. He even asked how he held a cigarette. That's how far he went to be authentic. Joe Pesci's funny how scene was real. One of the most famous scenes where Pesci suddenly switches from joking to threatening wasn't scripted. It came from a real moment in his life. He once called a mobster funny, and the guy didn't take it well. That same tension was recreated on film. The cast didn't know what was coming, so their reactions were 100% real. Improvisation made scenes feel dangerous. Many scenes weren't rehearsed. For example, the moment when Pesci smashes a restaurant owner's head with a gun was shot in one take. Scorsese let him go with it. The other actors had no idea what was coming. That's why the fear, shock, and energy in the scene feel so raw. It wasn't acting, it was instinct. FBI thought the crimes were real. Some scenes were so realistic that even the FBI got involved. They thought the crew might actually be filming real crimes. That's because real mob associates reviewed the script and gave feedback. If something was off, they'd simply say, "That didn't happen like that." No questions asked. The filmmakers listened and made changes accordingly. Real people corrected the actors. The actors were constantly being watched, not just by the director, but by people from the mob world. Lorraine Bracco was approached by a woman who told her, "Karen had more style than you're showing." Later, she realized this woman was a real mob wife. These tips helped make every detail, clothing, behavior, attitude, shockingly accurate. Improvised fear became film magic. During one scene, Lorraine Bracco held a gun to Ray Liotta's head while he slept. She pulled the trigger, just to scare him. It wasn't planned. Ray woke up truly terrified. That real moment stayed in the film. These raw, unrehearsed moments made Goodfellas feel more like a documentary than a movie. The cast became their characters. The actors didn't just act, they absorbed the roles. Joe Pesci practiced switching from laughter to rage in front of mirrors. Paul Sorvino, who played Paulie, changed how he held his face to look cold and powerful. Even small details, like how Jimmy used a fork instead of fingers, came from deep observation, not a script. The movie changed their lives forever. After Goodfellas, the cast couldn't escape the film's shadow. Ray Liotta said he was only offered gangster roles. Joe Pesci became a star but had fans expecting him to be psychotic in real life. Even Scorsese said the movie brought him back from a career low. The film didn't just tell a story, it became their legacy. Goodfellas wasn't just a movie. It was a risky, real, and often dangerous production that blurred the line between acting and reality. The cast didn't just play mobsters, they lived among them. Now that you know what really happened behind the scenes, you'll never look at the film the same way again.